There's definitely an interesting. I've commented on it a couple times today, by the way. There's definitely an interesting like awakening happening with leftist content creators who also happen to be Jewish. They're finding that a lot of the people that they've been courting so desperately over the past few years actually support the people that are trying to erase them from their lands. And perhaps the best real time realization of this, best real time example is Ethan Klein having a conversation with his chat about the whole situation, and you can see his soul leave his body. You can see the realization that, oh, actually, these people that I've been courting actually support what's happening to my people. And it's a wild case that I want to take a look at. By the way, my company, Coffee Brand Coffee, in addition to our delicious spiked jack-o'-lantern, butterscotch toffee, and pumpkin pie fall flavors that launched, we just launched a brand new K-Cup flavor, our second most popular, strawberries and cream, our second most popular flavor. We already have our most popular blueberry cobbler in K-Cup. We also have a variety pack now where you can get 2 mediums, 2 dark roast, and then a blueberry cobbler and a strawberries and cream. It's great to have at home, so everyone's got something to drink. Great in the office, wherever you might drink coffee. These are 100% my own brews. We roast our own stuff. We fulfill our own stuff. We have our own employees. I hope that you'll check it out and pre-order. They're going to start shipping next week. There'll be a promo code in the description to save 10% off the pre-orders. I hope that you'll do so. And if you don't like those, check out our fall flavors, which are absolutely delicious too. I highly recommend picking up the 3-pack of the pumpkin pie, butterscotch toffee, and spiked jack-o'-lantern. It's fall as heck, and I just know you're gonna love it. The interesting thing here. So in real time, the Ethan Klein, there's two. So there's this clip of him talking to his chat, reading his chat, and finding out in real time that they hate him. So here he's talking about everything going on now, so people know. Ethan Klein and his wife are both Jewish. She actually she did her time in the IDF, I believe. By the way, I have to give a shout out. I know that this is kind of weird. You really shouldn't be giving unsolicited, like, health advice, especially, me, but Ethan looks good. It looks like he's getting healthy. And I just want to point out that's a good thing to say. And I don't want to dunk on him too bad, because this is like his red pill moment now. Like this is exactly what everyone was telling him when he started courting these leftoids.
So think about what they're saying when immediately after a terrorist attack, people are saying, I support Palestine. And what they don't mean Palestine, they mean Hamas.
He's right about that. So he's referencing people who are coming out and saying that. I actually 100% agree with him. He's learning in real time. Now his chat's turning against him.
Let's say the Native Americans, they come to your neighborhood and they just start burning people alive, killing people, kidnapping kids, desecrating bodies. And the first take is, I support the Native American revenge. I support Native American militia.
He's right. That's actually a perfect example. He's saying, this is what he's saying. I mean, that's what's happening. These bad things happen, and then they immediately come out. Yeah, I support that. Well, you're not. It's clear what you're supporting now.
Support Native Americans. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, of course I support Native Americans too, but like, did you not just see that they killed 700 people?
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
and you can see he's reading his chat here and finding out in real time that all those lefties those socialist communists that he's been pandering to for the past few years are definitely not agreeing with him.
Somebody said I found it too. Oh, maybe I shouldn't read that. Did catch my attention though, and it wasn't about this. I'm only saying that from what I saw, there are people on fucking Twitter, prominent lefties, who are so callous.
Mm-hmm.
They feel nothing for these fucking dumbest analogy possible. Shut the fuck up. What's dumber? What could be? It's right on. How's
his chat is turning against him. First of all, what he says there in that moment is that he has figured it out. He sees these lefties. I'm sure like Hasan is a perfect example, right? He sees these people be like, yeah, I support Palestine 5 minutes after something like that happened. Now, many people out there believe he's getting exactly what he deserves. And I think that's true. He has been actively virtue signaling, courting these woke weirdos without doing any actual research, into what these people believe. And, you know, he calls himself a democratic socialist, I believe. But, you know, his viewers are roasting him that, you know, to say that is a bad example is 100% incorrect. It's actually a perfect example. If the argument is that the Palestinians were the native people and they were displaced by Israelis, that is exactly the correct analogy about Native Americans in the United States, right? Like, it is a perfect analogy. And then, like, that's what I mean, like, you know, weirdo lefties are like, that's a terrible example. No, actually, it's a perfect example.
Well, shut the fuck up. What's dumber? What could be? It's right on. How's it dumb? The Iraqi one, the Native American one, they're pretty much right on. It's war, innocent people die. All right, so
yeah, it's war. Yeah, innocent people die. It's okay. It's okay.
Let's bring the Iraqis out, Iraqi terrorist group, to your neighborhood, and see if you care. If people murder everyone you love, burn them alive. You're such fucking.
He's like, he is absolutely, his chat has absolutely turning on him. And he is like seeing it happen in real time. When you put that along with everything that's, you know, happening on Twitter, you know, all these groups that he's happily supported, like BLM and all this other stuff, all these other groups that he's supported, he sees their true colors now. And then here's a perfect example. Is someone put Hasan's take on it, along with Ethan's as if they're talking, because this is a perfect example.
That means 25% of their targets were civilians, okay?
Did you not just see that they killed 700 people?
But it doesn't matter because they're not a fucking real military. They're disorganized. And of course, there were people who did some fucked up ass shit, and civilians died as a consequence of that too.
Oh, yeah, but whatever. You know, this is like classic. This is classic Hasan. Yeah, I mean, there were a few people who were, you know, taking women against their will and you know, and doing terrible things. But I mean, come on.
It's war, innocent people die. All right, so let's bring the Iraqis out, Iraqi terrorist group, to your neighborhood, and see if you care. If people murder everyone you love.
Of course they did that, and that is completely fucked up.
Think about what they're saying when immediately after a terrorist attack, people are saying, I support Palestine. And what they don't mean Palestine, they mean Hamas.
The targets that they fucking killed, they're military. That's according to the Israeli numbers.
Even more than Israelis, perhaps, deserve to be burned alive by terrorists.
Like, bro, do you know what life is like? Have you read a book? Have you, like, watched anything that isn't, like, pure Zionist copium propaganda?
In fact, why don't you just make it easier? Why don't you just fly to ISIS and do them a favor and just let them, you know, just serve yourself on a platter?
Why is Israel so violent? Why do they not actually scale it back a little bit?
Freaks. Bloodthirsty,
I'm not
savage,
sitting here and being like,
freaks,
oh, that's
man.
Totally justifiable. They
come to your neighborhood
that happens.
And they just start burning people alive, killing people, kidnapping kids, desecrating bodies.
I am
and the first
much more
is,
interested in
you know,
how that happens.
Right. It's so perfect. It's so perfect that it's like a perfect encapsulation. Now, this is a mashup video. This is a mashup video of two separate conversations. Okay, but it perfectly encapsulates what's happening. And then you see people, leftists, this has got to be the dumbest thing to ever touch my ears. H3 needs to come out and say that they're just Zionists and quit with the racist hypotheticals. It's embarrassing. I mean, he's getting eaten alive by all these weirdo lefties that have never probably left their basement. Now, do I think that both sides are innocent in this? No, I don't. But I do think it's pretty hilarious that like all these people are like these people. They're I mean, this could be Ethan's like wake up call that these idiots that he's been courting over the past few years. You know, here's Hasan. It's because Hamas and Palestinians is interchangeable for the IDF. That's currently blowing up its open air prison full of children. Both sides, like, think of the kids. People, like, look at all, jeez. Think of the kids. Everyone think of the kids. Think of the kids. To justify everything. I mean, it's pretty funny to me exactly how like wide open how in real time Ethan's finding out that the very people he's been, desperate to get their approval hate him to his core. But I'm happy to see that he looks like he's getting more healthy. That's a good thing, and hopefully he does wake up and get away from kind of the dangerous socialist communist ideology that he's been flirting with over the past couple of years. It should probably they should probably open his eyes, I'm hoping, but I guess you never know. Sure is interesting though.